What's up guys, it's Thunder Games here, and today we are playing Guns Up Mobile. I just unlocked 690 diamonds, and I have been looking at this crate for a little bit. So this crate is going to give me at least a unit or a legendary vehicle. So let's see what we get. We got a, is that the medic? I think I just got the medic, maybe. Let's see. It's in there. Well, I don't have any new units. So I think it was for the medic. Let's see. Yeah, I got 10 things for the medic. I don't use the medic a lot. The reason is just the more damage you can do, the better. So we are going to jump into a raid. So one thing that they have added on the Guns Up Mobile is you now have little vehicles. Mine is a Jeep right now, but you can unlock more stuff like a truck that has missiles or something like that. So on this, we have where there's a choke point apparently that this guy made. Uh-oh. Ow, that hurt. That was very bad. I'm gonna hope that most of my guys stay alive, and maybe I can just sneak in some paratroopers in the back to maybe do some more damage. I'm gonna hope that my guys break down this wall to let me get a better angle on these two machine guns. I'm gonna see how these guys are faring. They're okay. Oh yay, these guys are out of the coverage of that AA gun, which is gonna help me drastically. Alright, we did get through that first one. So you do see these massive cannons, which are called anti-tank guns. And so they are a new part of the Guns Up Mobile. So there you can do massive damage to a singular unit like the chain gunner or bombardier. And if they have like a pack of grunts, then you're gonna have the problem of them destroying a lot. So apparently my paratroopers took that out. So that's one thing good about the paratroopers that we have. So I have most of my veterans. We will be doing a defense mode after a couple raids. Now with this, you do have gold, and you also have a second base. Used to in the other one you had just the outpost. With this one, you have the command center, which you have to upgrade all of the stuff around it to unlock better stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into another raid. Maybe this one can be a little easier, even though that was pretty easy because my paratroopers did all the heavy lifting. Oh yeah, this is pretty easy. All wood walls, metal, bunkers. Nothing too bad. He does have 2 AA guns, which is going to be an issue. So he sent a couple troops out. I'm gonna hope, oh no. Ow, that hurt. I just ruined all my soldiers. They were all pretty good. That's gonna cause me a problem if we can't get him down soon enough. Get him! I'm gonna do the same trick. I'm gonna call in my paratroopers. Hoping they can do something. Looks like he has most of his veterans spread it out. Like one's up here and like a couple are back there. Which is a smart thing to do, because if they're all in one spot and like you can get a missile in there, it's super bad. But spreading them out is very good for anyone. So I was able to sneak a missile in between 2 anti-aircraft guns. Alright, that is gone. Ooh, yay. We got a couple new stuff. So now, we are going to slowly just march up here. I'm going to hope that this, we can get this machine gun nest down, which we did pretty easily. So that anti-aircraft gun, I'm gonna have everybody target it. Yay. So now I can just summon or call in missile, takes care of that. A missile on this, takes care of that. The paratroopers didn't do as well because I had to spawn them into a area where a lot of troops were in, like the sandbags area. That does not matter. So I did not even take out that tent. So I'm gonna manage my veterans just to make sure I didn't get any new chain gunners, because I find that the chain gunners are pretty good when you're getting attacked, because if you're getting attacked and they're on last stand mode, it's pretty good because they can just shred down a ton of enemy incoming soldiers. So I am going to upgrade this to level 6, and I don't have enough diamonds yet because I just spent all of them. After that's finished, I get to upgrade this and I get a tank and a flamethrower. So I'm going to claim this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you a sneak peek of my base right now. So we have this little choke point here, 2 machine guns just to hold the spot. Those barrels do extra damage. The good thing about this AA gun is it covers almost everything in the sector. I have a second checkpoint, or a choke point, just in case they get through the first one. Most attackers don't normally get past the first one, but there's always that chance. So I'm going to do the defend. And we'll get this, so it gives me a little extra, it gives me all my troops 10% extra health. So that more is very good for disrupting formation. I'm going to hope that this little thing can trigger a little missile to come down and do some extra damage. I did call in a missile. It's not too bad. Alright, and you'll probably see this first little machine gun open fire. There goes that anti-aircraft gun, saving me. The one bad thing is they can break down these walls pretty easily. So the reason that it looks like a lot of them are struggling to get my grunts down is because with this new mode that comes up mobile, you now are able to give your soldiers like body armor and all that. So my grunts level body armor is either 13 or 12. And so this protects them to like 82.70% extra HP. And then I also gave them a extra damage and extra fire rate. And you can do this with any troop, not just the grunt, but the grunt's your backbone of the army, so it's best to have it on the grunt, or one of the best, because when you're attacking, that's mostly what you have there. So these new soldiers that you're seeing are called bounty hunters. They're just basically reinforced engineers, but like have better plating and all that, but they don't repair things. So I'm doing pretty well. That did hurt all my soldiers, and when soldiers get into a big group like that, it is super good for me and anything else for stuff to happen. So I called in the paratroopers to help with this boss. Surrounded the boss. And my grunts can maybe help out, and we won. I don't know why it gave me a 1 star, probably because they destroyed my walls. So now my gold's back up and ready to be. So these two things, all 3 of these things at the top produce stuff over time, even when you're offline, which is very helpful to get stuff. So I'll show you some of my perks that I have on my grunts, and I mostly have it on grunts, bombardiers, and the machine guns. So the grunts there, you have a level 14 vest, level 14 extra damage boost. It gives them 71.20% extra damage, piercing resistance, and health. And then the fire rate. The fire rate is pretty good just to let them fire a little quicker. This guy normally comes at a price around 350 when you're on attacking. So I did give him a reduction. And then this is a very good one to have because it gives you the chance of having time to fire twice. The bombardier, he's, I would say, in some ways inaccurate to, when he's firing. So I just gave him a little bit of boost and an extra mag capacity because he does only have 5, but with that, it gives him 8 shells. So, one thing that really does help me in the defending is constantly having troops funnel in. So if you are able to have enough troops just push the enemy constantly, you're going to probably have them at a standstill up at like wherever your base ends. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go into one of the special modes. Prison break, and I'm going to get 2 extra bonus power-ups at the start. So this one you're kind of just going through, wrecking like a CPU space or something. And then you'll see these little boxes, jail things, I guess you could say, and they normally have troops. They almost all have troops. The crates give you like power-ups. And these guys are like people you're trying to extract. But you can also get like actual soldiers from this. So this one's a constant choke point. You'll see this in a lot of the levels. That this choke point comes up a lot where there's the one up there and one right there. We do have a couple soldiers pushing. I'm going to get that. So we got another key. I'm going to grab this little set of soldiers. It's just going to help me push through the enemy line quicker. I'm also going to get these guys unlocked so that I get a little bit more XP and actually complete the mission. But it also gives you a couple extra random soldiers. Right here I'm going to call in the bombs, hoping they can maybe disturb the enemy's line. And I'm going to get some rocketeers, or rocket boys. So a lot of exploding things is bad when you're defending because it can destroy your walls, which can create a choke point to funnel everybody into. This is also a pretty good choke point right here. The 2 tents, if they were higher level, it would make it really hard to hold because the tents would constantly supply that funnel with soldiers as it is doing right here. So we're at the end right now, so I'm just going to kind of unload on almost everything. Because why not? I have 3 keys, did not just realize that, so I'm going to just open all this up, fire that, smoke, napalm, decoy. It's going to do nothing, but just why not? With that, we just got 10 of the guys, which give me a little bit more XP than normal. Alright, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next Guns Up video. Peace.